Good day everyone, good day members. So in the past lesson, we learned about worldview. How was it? Is it difficult? Yes, worldview is not easy to study, but I just want you to remember only this. Each person has a different thought, different worldview. I hope you can have God's perspective, which is the biblical worldview. So starting today, we will learn how to study. Actually, we are studying every day, but we still don't know how to study. So now let us talk about how to study from now on. Okay, before we start this lesson, I want to show you a book. The title is How to Study. This book is a practical guide from a Christian perspective, and the author is Edward J. Shewan. If you want to learn more, you can read this book. How do you study? Can you imagine your studying style? Okay, so imagine, is it in an overstuffed chair with a stereo sound, meaning the chair has lots of stuff? Or you slouch on the couch in front of the television with a sandwich or a snack in one hand and a book on the other hand? Some people can study almost anywhere and everywhere and under any conditions. But if we want to do our best, all of us must honestly look at where and how we study. Example, a quiet spot or a quiet place is the best. Many teachers have recommended guidelines to follow for those who want to study under the best conditions. Can you guess what is this best conditions or style? You may think your house doesn't have a good conditions. Okay? You don't have a table, or your house is not bright, or the house is too noisy. But I want you to find a good place to study. Is it in the library, in the center, or in each center, or in the church? If you really want to study, you should make a way. Okay, these have been summarized as follows. Okay, number one, the first one. Use adequate lighting when studying. When you say adequate, it's enough lighting. Okay, if the lighting, okay, the lights, if the lighting is poor, your eyes will become very tired and overused. So, use enough lightings. Okay, so you have to have like at least focus here, focus there. So, it's a good vision for you. Second, follow a set schedule. Okay, listen. Develop the habit or the pattern of studying at the same time each day when you are most alert or your mind is fully awake. Actually, all the person has the same time, which is 24 hours. It is a God's greatest gift. There is the rich and there is the poor, but all of them have the same length of time. You should remember that. So if you want your time to be useful, okay, remember useful time, you need to make a schedule. For a useful time, you have to make a schedule. Don't waste your time. So follow a set schedule. So that's the second. Let's go to the third one. Study in a quiet spot or quiet place. Okay, free from anyone or anything that might distract. When you say distract, it might upset you or disturb you. Okay? Or upset you from anything. anyone, being noisy, or listening to other music. So you should free from distractions, okay, from your concentration. So you should concentrate, no distractions. A quiet self or quiet spirit is also an immense or extremely great strength or asset. So if the place is so quiet, it helps you concentrate a lot better. Okay, so study in a quiet spot or quiet place. Okay, number 4. Obtain or get all your supplies like pen, paper, text documents, ruler, notebooks, etc. before you begin studying. Okay, remember, gather all the important materials. Okay, important supplies. In this way, you will not waste your precious time and your precious energy. Okay, number 5. So that's obtaining all your supplies. So that's number 4. Okay, let's go to number 5. Use a table or a desk as a workstation. So easy, simple. And get a comfortable chair. Of course, you have to get a comfortable chair so you will what? You will find it easy to study better. Okay? Sitting up straight helps you, okay? With your feet on the floor, it helps to keep you alert, fully awake. Don't slide or slouch from the chair. So use a table and a desk as a workstation. Okay, use a table and a desk as a workstation. Remember that. Because if you don't have the table and a desk, meaning it's not easy for you, it's being discomfort. So uncomfortable. Okay, number 6. Keep track of your assignments in a notebook for weekly chart. So you should have a weekly chart in your notebook. Assignment should be marked off or signed as you complete one of each task that day. So you should have a notebook. Okay, so keep track of your assignment in a notebook. Okay, that's number 6. Okay, let's go to number 7. Plan for a whole block of time. When you say whole block of time, it's a continuous period of time without interruptions. Interruptions are disturbances. Being noisy, okay, doing lots of things, those are interruptions. You will usually finish in less time than the scheduled time or the allotted time. So that's number 7. This is plan to work for a block of time or a continuous period of time. Okay, let's go to number 8. Do any written work right away. So you have to make it right away. Start with a rough draft. What do you mean by rough draft? It's a scratch where you can put some things, you can edit the words and erase. So that's a rough draft. And correct any mistakes and then rewrite it for the final copy. Okay, so number 8, I'll recall it again. So do a written work right away. So make your work right away. Okay, and then study with a goal in mind. When you say goal in mind, it's the aim, your purpose, your ambition in mind. Why are you reading a given chapter or a section or a readings? Okay, take notes and do not get sidetracked. Okay, when you say sidetrack, you turn aside from different way. Okay, you have to focus. So that's study with a goal in mind. Schedule free time each day for a reading, a passage verse from the Bible, a particular article, or a favorite book to revitalize or energize your heart and mind. Okay, so you have to schedule free time each day for reading because it's important. It will help you strengthen your spirits. Okay, so I have a sample story. So my isa akong examples from time management na story. So, may isang professor, okay? There's this professor who went inside the class. So, pumunta siya sa loob ng class and has this jar. So, garapon. Jar, garapon. He asked first the students. Sabi niya, I will ask you something. I will give you a test. So, the professor put the big stones. So, nilagay niya yung mga malalaking bato. So, malalaking bato. Then, he asked the students. Sabi niya, what do you think of this jar? Is it full? Ang sagot ng mga estudyante, yes. Opo. Puno na to. Sige nga, sabi niya. Tingnan naman natin to. So, let's try this one. I'll get this small pebbles or stones and I'll put it. So, sa tingin niyo, puno na ba to? Tinanong na naman niya yung mga estudyante. Opo, puno na to. So, yes, this one is full. And next, sabi niya, lalagyan ko ito ng sand, buhangin. Oh, I'll ask you again. Puno na ba to? Opo. So, yes. It's full again. Okay, last one. Sabi niya. Lalagyan ko ito ng water, ng tubig. O yan, tingin niyo ba puno na? Puro naman kayo puno eh. Eto, tingin mo ba puno na to kayo? Ayan, puno na yan, sir. Punong-puno na yan. So, it's really full. So, nagtanong yung professor. Ang sabi niya, sa tingin nyo ba, pero anong lesson nito? Okay, I'll tell you what is the meaning of that. So, yung jar or yung garapon is the time. So, yung stone is the schedule. Okay, what does it mean? So, you should have the prioritization. When you say prioritization, it's the ordering of events. So, what is the important one you have to do first for your schedule? So, you have to take that into account, the important first. Because if you interchange or pinagbali-baliktad mo, mapapabayaan mo na. Okay? So, mapapabayaan mo na yung ibang bagay. You will neglect those things. Because you focus into the less important ones. Nag-focus ka sa mas maliit, sa mas hindi makabuluhan na importanteng bagay, napapabayaan mo na yung mas importante. So, meaning to say, schedule is important. You should plan ahead. But in planning, you should know what is the important things to do first. That is the important one. The prioritization. Okay, so important thing also is, if it's too messy or magulo na or not in order, our life is also not in order. Okay, so we have to plan ahead. So schedule is very important. We should know our prioritization. So the next one I will discuss is all about time management. So it's connected to that story. So time management is a key factor for everyone who seeks to improve in the area of study pattern, okay, or study habit. In fact, handling the time properly is just half the battle. Okay? So everyone has the same 24 hours to complete the task at hand. But not everyone uses these hours wisely, or meaning you don't use it importantly. Okay? And usefully. So each student can redeem or complete the time by keeping a time diary. So you should know and you should have a time diary. A simple chart makes the best time diary, where weekdays are placed across the top of the chart and all the activities of the day are listed down. What are those activities? Those are devotions, sleeping, eating, studying, working, exercising, and socializing. Of course, you should have time in Sunday. Sunday should always be dedicated as a day of worship and rest. Okay? Out of the 144 hours we have left, let's say 48 hours are set aside for sleeping, 16 hours are for eating, and 30 hours for an outside job and some kind of recreation. This would leave more or less to 8 hours per day for classes and studying. Examine the suggested time diary below. Now we go to long-term scheduling. So first thing you need is to create or make a long-term schedule. Single page calendar listing each month with spaces. To write down deadlines for tests, daily works, special projects, and book reports. Okay? Researching and writing a paper takes quite a bit of time, so it makes a longer time. Therefore, you should make an outline, okay? Step-by-step approach. So you broke it down into step-by-step approach or outline over a longer period of time. You will not be able to remember everything you need to do. So you should have that long term. Okay, next is the short-term scheduling. Examples are the weekly schedule and a daily plan. So a weekly schedule is a must. Okay, create your own schedule, including each of your class assignments on a daily basis. Okay, so it's per time. Okay, a one-page schedule should be set up with a days of the week across the top and the hours of the day from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. listed on the left-hand column. Okay, once you have completed your schedule, you can even make it bigger or enlarge it to add needed information. Okay, so for a needed information. However, do not let your schedule control your life. Be flexible or your willingness to change and to try different things. Okay? On your schedule and adjust to make adjustment as you go. So that's flexible enough to make adjustment as you go. You should schedule the following activities. What are those? Morning Bible study, scripture memory, prayer, class study or class time or study times, meals, recreation, social sports events, job hours, library time, Sunday worship, ministering to others, group Bible studies, and free time. Scheduling each hour of the day will give you much more free time than you ever expected. And do not forget that Saturday is a work day. Okay? A work day. So you should study, you should do household tasks, get a job on this day, and finally, Sunday is a day for worshiping our Lord and fellowship with other Christians. Okay, and that concludes my conditions or requirements in studying properly, be it long term or short term. Okay, this will help you a lot. Just follow this and you will not lose your way. Okay, so until we meet again, see you next week. Bye bye.